Salt Lake City Mayor Erin Mendenhall presented her recommended budget for the city last night. The spending plan focuses on a number of topics, including increased funding for police training, public safety, sustainability, assistance for the unsheltered people, and much more. The general plan for the fund for the plan is just under $350 million, which is up $24 million compared to last year. The city will also receive aid from President Joe Biden's American Rescue Plan this year. Joining me now to tell us more about her recommended budget is Salt Lake City Mayor Erin Mendenhall. Mayor, thank you so much for waking up early to be here with us today. How are you?
It's a pleasure. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, it's great to have you. So following a year, right, of racial injustice and protests and civil unrest, you propose increased funding for police reform. So what kind of services or resources will this provide for the city?
Yeah, the city had a difficult year, to be sure, but we're really committed to this opportunity of some pretty transformational positive change for all of the residents in the city. And part of what my budget does is listens to the Commission on Racial Equity and Policing's recommendations. One of the biggest things is to hire 6 additional social workers. They go out with a police officer, and in many cases a social worker is a better response to a situation of calling 911. So we'll be growing that program and also putting into place for our police officers a full-time clinician in-house so that they have someone from a mental health perspective to help them deal with and grapple with the very extreme challenges that they can face in that job. We'll also be funding a position in my office that will help liaison with the education community and talk about the school resource officer programs, making sure that we are doing the best for the youth in Salt Lake City. In addition to that, we'll be working with the Commission on Racial Equity and Policing as they continue to move forward and look forward to more of their recommendations. Another one will be $200,000 in funding for equity and diversity training for our police officers. So they're doing fantastic work, and the budget recognizes that.
And it just shows that our efforts, right, to strive towards police reform has many layers. It's all-encompassing, and it's something that we cannot tackle overnight. Let's get to affordable housing and our unsheltered population. They're a key component of your budget as well. Tell us about that.
Yeah, Salt Lake City has long recognized that we need diverse housing types. It's not a cookie cutter type of housing. Apartments don't work for everyone. Single family homes don't work for everyone. And it's difficult for almost anyone to afford housing in Salt Lake City right now if you aren't already there. So our budget has an $11 million allocation for affordable housing, creating 350 new affordable units, but also investing in preserving existing affordable housing in Salt Lake City, that naturally occurring affordable housing that isn't already subsidized. We want to keep it there. In addition to that, last year we piloted the Community Connection Program, where instead of expecting and asking our homeless neighbors to come in for services, we've deployed mobily and going out to the large encampments. This budget proposes to make that Community Commitment Program permanent.
You and I have lived in Salt Lake City for quite a while, and I think it's kind of extraordinary to see the growth that's happened in our area. We've got about 30 seconds left. Mayor, I'll give you the last word. Anything else you'd like our viewers to know?
Yeah, this budget is about making Salt Lake City safer, about making us more environmentally resilient, and making sure that the growth that's happening here is a benefit to all of our residents. That's what your city government needs to do for you, is connect the opportunities to the residents themselves, not just focus on making growth happen.
I will say that putting together the budget is something I don't envy. So thank you for coming on to the show and sharing this with us today. You've been hearing from Salt Lake City Mayor Erin Mendenhall. Mayor, thank you so much for joining us.
It's a pleasure. Thanks.